Hello, coin lovers, collectors, and history enthusiasts. Welcome back to Liberty Coin Value. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and collectible pieces of American coinage, the 1940 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny. If you're watching this live, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Liberty Coin Value, and drop a comment to let us know where you're tuning in from. Now, let's travel back in time, all the way to the 1940s, an era marked by the end of the Great Depression and the dawn of World War II. The United States Mint was producing millions of coins to support a recovering economy, and among those coins was this classic, the 1940 wheat penny, often known as the Lincoln cent. The 1940 wheat penny belongs to the legendary Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The coin was designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it features Lincoln's bust on the obverse, the front side, and those iconic wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and growth in America. In 1940, these coins were minted in 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark; Denver, D Mint Mark; San Francisco, S Mint Mark. Together, these mints struck over 861 million coins. So yes, they were quite common in circulation. But the beauty lies in the details. Not every coin was struck perfectly, and that's where rarity and big value come in. The 1940 wheat penny was made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown tone that coin collectors love. It weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Now, the reverse side, those twin wheat stalks, were replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design, making the wheat reverse even more special and nostalgic to collectors today. Now, this is where things get really exciting for collectors and treasure hunters. Among the 1940 wheat pennies, there are several rare era varieties that can turn a simple 10-cent coin into something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here are some to look out for. 1940 Double Die Obverse, DDO. You'll see doubling in the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date 1940. These can fetch $50 to over $1,000, depending on condition. Off-center strike error. If the coin's design is not centered correctly, values can jump to $200 or more. Repunched mint marks, RPM, especially on 1940D or 1940S coins. A double D or S mint mark can make your coin worth $50 to $300. Lamination or planchet errors. These are coins with cracks or peeling metal layers, rare, but highly collectible. So, what is the value of a 1940 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny in today's market? Well, here's the breakdown. In circulated condition, these coins start around 10 cents each. Yes, just 10 cents. In uncirculated condition or with beautiful red luster, graded MS65 or higher, they can be worth $5 to $15. And if you find one with a rare minting error, as we mentioned earlier, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Collectors love this coin for its historical charm, copper beauty, and connection to America's past. Even though it's not considered ultra-rare, high-quality specimens or error coins are always in high demand. One fascinating thing about the 1940 wheat penny is that it's often a gateway coin, the one that inspires people to start collecting. It's old enough to carry history, yet common enough to be affordable. And every now and then, a rare one surfaces, surprising both collectors and auction houses. Today, coin collecting is more popular than ever, with collectors around the world searching for Lincoln cents in top grades. Even a small collection of well-preserved wheat pennies can appreciate in value over time. In recent auctions, pristine 1940 wheat pennies graded MS67 red have sold for over $1,000. So if you find one in an old jar, piggy bank, or inherited collection, don't ignore it. Check its condition and mint mark. You might be sitting on a small fortune. Did you know? The Lincoln Wheat Cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln. It was such a hit that the design remained for 50 years before changing to the Memorial Reverse in 1959. Owning a 1940 wheat penny is like holding a small piece of American history right in your hand. So there you have it, the story, the history, and the value of the 1940 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny. Whether it's worth 10 cents or $1,000, this coin tells a story that connects us to America's rich past. If you enjoyed this live stream, don't forget to subscribe to Liberty Coin Value, like this video, and share it with your fellow collectors. And remember, every coin has a story, and you might be holding a treasure without even knowing it. This is Liberty Coin Value, signing off. Keep collecting, keep learning, and keep your eyes open for hidden treasures. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins from mid-20th century America, the 1950D Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the 1950D Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, this might look like just another old penny. But some of these coins could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and errors. So, let's uncover its history, hidden details, and current market worth that begins around 10 cents per coin. The year was 1950. The United States was entering the post-war era. The economy was booming, and people were optimistic about the future. During this time, the Denver Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins, the famous Lincoln Wheat Pennies, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side, you'll see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust." Above, Liberty, to the left, and the date 1950 on the right, followed by the D mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver, Colorado. On the reverse side, you'll find the classic wheat ears design, symbolizing prosperity and hard work, flanking the bold inscription, 1 cent, and United States of America. The motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one, rests proudly on top. This coin represents the strength and simplicity of post-war America, and it remains one of the most collected pennies among U.S. numismatists. In 1950, the Denver Mint, marked with AD, produced 334,950,000 Lincoln Wheat pennies, a large number by minting standards. However, even with such a high mintage, certain varieties and high-grade examples have become extremely valuable. Here are the key specs of this beautiful coin: composition, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, weight, 3.11 grams diameter, 19 mm edge, plain designer, Victor David Brenner. Because of its copper composition, the 1950D coin has that rich reddish-brown glow that collectors love. Over the decades, however, oxidation has caused many to darken or spot, which makes finding one in pristine mint state, MS, condition even more special and valuable. Now, here's where things get exciting. Not all 1950D wheat pennies are created equal. Some are error coins that slip past the mint's inspection process, and these can be worth big money. Let's look at some examples. 1950D D/D, repunched mint mark. This is one of the most desirable varieties. If the D mint mark appears doubled or looks like it was struck twice, you might be holding a treasure worth up to $250 to $500 in high grades. 1950D off-center strike. Some coins were struck slightly off-center, revealing blank areas on the coin's edge. Depending on how far off it is, the value could jump from $50 to over $200. 1950D die cracks or cuds. These are raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by a cracked die. Collectors love these unique imperfections. Some can sell for $30 to $150 depending on the severity. Uncirculated mint state pennies. A perfectly preserved MS-67 red RD coin, bright, shiny, and flawless, can fetch hundreds of dollars at auction. So, how much is your 1950D Liberty 1 cent worth today? Here's a breakdown based on condition and collector demand. Circulated condition starts from 10 cents to 25 cents each, a modest start but still above its face value. Fine to extremely fine condition, $0.35 to $1.50. Uncirculated, mint state $5 to $25 depending on luster and tone. Brilliant red MS-67 example can sell for $150 to $300 plus at auctions. Rare era coins may reach $500 or more, depending on rarity and visual appeal. So while its base value starts at around 10 cents, those with a sharp eye for details could uncover a small fortune. If you ever come across a 1950 D Lincoln wheat penny, don't dismiss it as just another old coin. Here are some quick collector tips. White heavy checkmark. Always check for the D mint mark under the date. It confirms it's from Denver. White heavy checkmark. Use a magnifying glass to spot any doubling or mint mark errors. White heavy checkmark. Store your coins properly in acid-free coin holders to prevent corrosion. White heavy checkmark. If your coin looks brand new, consider having it graded by PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase its market value. The 1950 D Liberty 1-cent wheat penny might start at just 10 cents, but its real worth lies in its history, craftsmanship, and collector value. Each coin carries a piece of America's story, from the Denver Mint presses of 1950 to the hands of millions of Americans who once used it daily. So, check your old jars, your grandparents' drawers, or your coin collections. You never know when a simple penny could turn into a valuable numismatic gem. If you enjoyed learning about the 1950 D Liberty 1-cent coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest videos on rare and valuable coins. This is Liberty Coin Value, where every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! In today's video, we'll explore one of America's last classic Lincoln wheat cents, the 1957 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a small piece of copper that carries big history, fascinating details, and even surprising value in today's collector market. So, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the incredible story behind this iconic coin. The 1957 D Lincoln wheat penny is part of the long-running wheat cent series, officially known as the Lincoln Wheat Ear Reverse. This design was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The D mint mark on the 1957 D penny tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the United States at the time. In 1957 alone, the Denver Mint produced more than 1 billion of these coins, precisely 1,051,342,000 pieces, an astonishing number that shows how vital pennies were in the American economy. The coin's obverse side features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the words, "In God We Trust," above his head, Liberty on the left, and the year 1957, with the D mint mark just below it. On the reverse side, two wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the national motto, E Pluribus Unum. This simple yet classic design represents America's agricultural roots and unity. The wheat penny design ended in 1958, replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959, which means the 1957 D wheat cent is one of the last wheat pennies ever made. That alone makes it special to collectors. The 1957 D wheat penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, with a 19 mm diameter. It has a smooth edge and that rich reddish-brown tone collectors love. But here's something fascinating. Over time, the copper in these coins can tone beautifully, creating unique color variations such as red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. These color grades significantly influence the value. Bright red uncirculated coins are the most desirable and often command premium prices. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know. How much is the 1957 D Liberty 1-cent coin really worth today? While millions were minted, condition and rarity variations play a massive role in value. A 1957 D wheat penny in average circulated condition is worth around 10 cents. Yes, just a little above face value. However, that's only the starting point. If your coin is in brilliant uncirculated condition with strong mint luster and no wear, it could sell for $1 to $3 or more. Coins graded MS65 red or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can reach $10 to $50, and even more if they have special toning or strong strike details. Now here's where it gets exciting: the era coins. Certain 1957 D wheat pennies with rare minting mistakes have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Watch out for double die obverse, DDO slight doubling in the word, liberty, or the date. 1957. Repunched mint mark, RPM a second, D slightly overlapping the first one. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the planchet was misaligned. BIE error, a small die crack forming between the B and E in Liberty, a collector favorite. These errors can increase your coin's value dramatically. A high-grade RPM or DDO 1957 D penny has been known to fetch $100 to $1,000 depending on rarity and demand. So, always inspect your coins carefully under magnification. Your ordinary-looking penny might just be hiding a fortune, even though billions were minted. The 1957 D wheat penny holds a timeless charm. It represents the final era of the wheat design, making it a must-have for every Lincoln cent collection. Collectors love it not just for its affordability, but for its history. It's the end of an American numismatic chapter that began in 1909. And with copper values rising and vintage coins becoming scarcer in circulation, even a simple penny like this could grow in value over the coming years. So, the next time you find a 1957 D wheat penny in your change, don't ignore it. It might be a tiny piece of American history worth more than you think. To recap, common circulated value starts at around 10 cents per coin. Uncirculated coins can reach up to $50 or more. Rare era varieties can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching Liberty Coin Value. If you enjoyed learning about this classic 1957 D Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story about rare and valuable coins. Until next time, keep searching your change, because treasures are still out there waiting to be found.